Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? This is Joe Figueroa with another video in our series Anatomy of a Dance, where I break down social dancing count for count, pointing out everything the dancers do. This week's video is a Secrets of Salsa Revealed segment. Try to say that 5 times real fast. A look at a single movement in dance that seems impossible or choreographed, but with a thorough understanding of basic salsa principles, it can be done. So take this time to subscribe and ring the bell, because we're starting right now. So years ago, in 2007, I was teaching at the Mambo City 5-star event in England. Recently, I found some recordings I had done while I was there. One in particular was of Mushi and Eva. Mushi Noor, of Salsology in Manchester, is an accomplished television actor. Anyway, I met him at Mambo City and watched him dance all weekend. Recently, the promoters of Mambo City posted this throwback video, and it had this same dance I recorded, but from a different angle. Since their clip is clearer, I'm going to go with it. Mushi and Eva are blinding on the dance floor. As I developed into a dance diagnostician, his ideas became more and more clear to me. This sequence was my favorite. Pretty cool, right? Let's break it down. Mushi begins with an inside turn for Eva with her right high and left low. The left wraps at her waistline, which creates a tight hold for the both of them. This is the interesting part. Mushi sidesteps deep into Eva's dance space, normally a no-no. But here it worked because it put Mushi beside her, giving her the opportunity to step back on 6 to complete the inside turn. You will notice at the end of this that the same handhold is used but provides a different result. Once Eva is back on 6, Mushi hook turns to his left while keeping the wrap handhold, using it to guide Eva in a half circle. This footwork for Eva is pretty much the same as the Copa prep I have spoken about before. Those are the steps of 6, 7, and 1 if you're dancing on 2, which they are. I'm going to pause here to show the symmetry. Mushi used his hook for the beats of 5, 6, and 7, stepping down on 1 with his left as she takes her Copa prep steps. He's going to do the exact same thing twice. Watch. They're both where they should be. His left, her right. Mushi has his right arm wrapped at her waistline. His arm is at her back. He then uses his forearm to guide Eva forward on 2 as he steps back deep on 2 in order to give her space on the line. Technically, they are both just doing the basic step, but it's embellished a bit. Mushi needs both of them to trade places in a sense. Not just the places of front and back, but also the left and right. See at this point? Mushi is on the left of the line, while Eva is on the right. Now she is in front, and he is in back. Notice the symmetry. Mushi takes a crossover step on his left to move to Eva's right side. While doing so, he creates a cross step for Eva to her left. The crossover step for each of them is their 3. Immediately, Mushi begins to pivot on his right, his 5, 6, 7, again. With the tight handhold he has maintained throughout, his hook turn creates a turn for her during the counts of 6, 7, and 1. But he never broke hand connection. He didn't need to. This took me months to figure out back in 07. Here's what Eva was doing during all this. She already finished her inside turn with the Copa after, bringing her around to a half circle, still in a wrap position. We're back to 1. Here is the 2-3 where she crosses over. Here is where she steps 5 as Mushi begins his second hook spin. As I said, this hook is happening on 6, 7, and 1. Eva's 6, 7, and 1 are a left turn during her preparation. She steps back on 6. Mushi begins to pull with his left hand, which starts to turn her. Here is her 6, 7, and 1. They are once again in matching positions. Mushi steps back deep again on 2 and begins to lead a progressive or clockwise turn for Eva's 2, 3, and 5. Coming out of the hook, Mushi's left hand was already out and high. Leads notice the clear high and clear low. I'm doing a Science of Salsa on this technique soon. Once the progressive begins and Eva comes around to face him, Mushi then raises his right hand, her left, right in front of her face. Now with both hands high, he's able to use them to create the rest of the turn, putting them in this position with lefts crossed over rights. I could stop right here, but there's more. Mushi back breaks on 6 as Eva does. I've referred to this before as a hard break. It changes Eva's direction for the Copa. Now a normal human being would just lead a standard inside turn for her Copa, but Mushi leads it along with a turn for himself. I refer to this as a windmill turn in class. Mushi passes both hands over her head and extends them to their length. This provides Eva with her direction. As he leads her past him, he begins her turn as well as his own, scooping the hands downward in an arc. So when Mushi comes full circle, Eva does as well. Mushi could have stopped there, but where's the fun in that? Another turn is about to come, but first let me point out how Mushi is providing, yet again, a clear high and clear low lead. I know it's all happening so fast, but if you look closely, you can see it. That's what I want you to see, leads. Once they are face to face, Mushi lowers his right hand while keeping his left high, using that high left hand to create another inside turn to check for Eva. She's so fast that she could have easily completed a full turn here, but Mushi's right hand low, wrapped at her middle, makes the second turn incomplete. You can see by how far Eva rotated that there was a lot of momentum. Mushi gives as much of his arm as he can for Eva's check. Her left arm wrapped at her middle acts as a tether, helping to swing her back in the other direction for the right hand spin on the spot. Mushi then goes into a 1.5 turn to his left at the end of the count into the preparation for the next count, which leads Eva into an inside turn to finish the sequence. There's that high-low again. What I like here is that after Mushi clears his head with his right hand, he lets the hold go while then raising his left, using that left hand hold to lead Eva past him as he turns left, passes the hand over his head and then hers. I call this sectioning. He sectioned off a turn for himself during her turn. Once he's clear, he passes the hands over Eva's head for her turn. I like that he looks at where his hand is to make sure he's clear of her head. And there you have it, a sequence of movements, a pattern if you will, for a dance that took place 13 years ago. I'm glad Robert White of Mambo City was able to put this video out for all of us to reminisce to. The full video link will be in the description below. Okay, that's going to do it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. This content is for you to benefit from, so any feedback that you can give me would be greatly appreciated. Comments, likes, and even dislikes will help me to provide you with the best content that I can. So do me a favor and hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one, and remember, keep dancing.